in terms of the makeup. You've done it for the royalties and for the biggest celebrities. How did you enter that range of market?
10 years ago, there was no young 23-year-old Indian girl in Hong Kong that was a makeup artist.
Yeah.
There was not a lot of people that were doing Indian brides.
Yeah.
And the Indian bridal makeup at the time was very much dark red lipstick, dark eyeshadow, light skin. And I thought, why?
Tell me, which was your first biggest client which you cracked, and how did you get them?
To me, it was never about how big they were financially or family-wise. It was always about the connection.
The makeup industry is known to be extremely glamorous, but what's the hardest part about working in this industry?
So there was a period in my life where people would be like, Natasha, you're being so fake. Like, why are you being so nice? She's trying to give presents because she wants her brand to be whatever. And I stopped being nice.
What does it take to be on the shelves of retailers like Sephora?
Good story, good messaging, but really good quality products.
Which is the most exciting collab that you've done for your brand so far?
We started a campaign, Kiss Yourself More. It's a 3-step. Apply your lipstick, kiss the sponge, kiss your cheeks. You have blush, lipstick, you're done.
What's the weirdest comment that you've ever received?
I don't think she's taking her business as seriously because she decided to get married.
How did you start doing makeup for people in hotel rooms and go to a point of creating a makeup brand in your name? How did you make yourself so prominent that people trust you with your products as well? This video is about a makeup artist who started her journey by doing small wedding shows to growing up so big that she flew in private jets to do makeup for royal families and celebrities around the world. This episode is with Natasha Moor, who leveraged her own personal brand and name to create her own makeup brand called Natasha Moor Cosmetics. In this episode, Natasha has spoken to me about how her brand isn't just about makeup, but about empowering women to embrace their unique selves with confidence and pride. We also spoke about how she managed to get a shelf space in places like Sephora in the US, what margins do beauty products really make, how does the supply chain of the makeup industry look like, and how did she find love again after going through a rough divorce. This episode is packed with a lot of fun moments, industry insights, and life lessons, so I hope you enjoy watching it. Thanks, Natasha, for being on our show today. I'm so excited to be chatting with you because you're one of the few people who we've called on the show who's created a brand out of their own personal brand.
Thank you.
And, it's so difficult these days to create a name for yourself because the market, the competition in every industry is so tough. So many people are launching something or the other every single day that you tend to either get directionless or lost somewhere in the crowd.
100%.
But you stayed to your ground since the start. You've created your own name in the makeup industry, and now you've created your own makeup brand by the name of Natasha Moor, which is you.
Yes.
So I want to know your journey right from the beginning as to how did you start doing makeup for people in hotel rooms and go to a point of creating a makeup brand in your name? How did you make yourself so prominent that people trust you with your products as well?
Every time, first of all, thank you. That was a beautiful intro. Every time I talk about this to people, I always go back to that point in my life. Like, what made me just decide, okay, I got this, I can do this.
Yeah.
And one thing that always pops up is the level of fearlessness that I had. I just didn't care about what people thought. And I just knew, I was so convinced in myself. I had full faith in myself that I had something that I needed other women to see and to feel.
Yeah.
And because I'm such a passionate person, when I would see me do makeup on people, when I would see their reaction, that to me was already convincing enough to start a makeup brand. It made me delusional enough to think that I could start a makeup brand. But yeah, it was just that level of fearlessness. So I was starting as a makeup artist, as you mentioned. I was traveling every single week to a different country. I had brides from all over the world, people I never met, people who found me on Instagram before Instagram was even a thing, before even the word influencer was there. So I was just constantly traveling, doing my thing, but it was because I did everything with a lot of love and passion that I believed that people would want to see a product line that was developed based on what I used on my clientele.
Tell me, where were you born and brought up? How did you pick up your interest in the makeup industry?
So I'm born and raised in Hong Kong. I'm fully Indian. I'm Sindhi. And I actually have always loved doing makeup. Since I was a little girl, my teachers would get in trouble in school because I would do their makeup and hair. Like in primary 5, you know, I would be like braiding their hair and then the principal would walk past and the teacher would get in trouble. But they loved the makeup. I would steal my mom's makeup. I would do their makeup in school. So I always loved doing that. That, you know, even when I went off to university, there's always that one girl that does everyone's hair and makeup before they go on a date, before they go to a club, before they go to any, you know, maybe even a interview for work. So I was always that girl. And I never thought I would turn it into a career. Even though my best friend at the time, who is now my sister, I like saying it like that because, you know, your friendship evolves. And I just saw her 2 days ago. She's like my sister. We've been together for so long. She was like, you know, you need to be in this field because no one is as good as you at makeup. And I never believed that. I was like, whatever, it's just because you suck at makeup. That's why you're saying it. She's like, no, trust me. Until today, I really give her a lot of credit because she pushed me and motivated me when you always need that girlfriend to push you. Yeah. So then I started doing makeup on people. I was actually working in film and TV.
But tell me, when was your first professional jump into the makeup industry?
So I was working in film and TV, and I was the host of a fashion TV. Yeah, you know fashion TV?
Yeah.
So I was a host of that channel. I was doing PR and marketing. I actually started a PR and marketing agency for someone else.
Okay.
And every event I would go to, they would say, who did your makeup? So I started doing it on the side. Side hustle, make some money on the side. And then the first real client I got was this mother who called me and said, my daughter is going to prom. And I need her to feel good about herself. I know only you can do this. And I was like, okay. So she hired me. I did her makeup. She's won prom queen. She felt, oh my God, I will never forget the messages that she sent me. I've never seen my daughter like this. I've never seen the confidence in her face. She's always been like bullied in school. And that for me was what truly resonated because I was bullied in school. I never felt beautiful. Never once looked in the mirror and said nice things to myself. So when I saw that I was able to do that for someone else, that's when I said I want to be a makeup artist forever. This is my calling for sure.
Wow. So you started out of a personal heart-touching moment.
Definitely.
Interesting.
Definitely.
And then how did you grow this practice into something where people would call you for weddings and even like you've dressed up? I mean, in terms of the makeup, you've done it for the royalties and for the biggest celebrities. Tell me, how did you enter that range of market after starting your journey?
So I was, it was very tough because being born and raised in Hong Kong, in a community where, by the way, 10 years ago, not a lot of people were makeup artists. Now there's so many people, right? Back then, there was no young 23-year-old Indian girl in Hong Kong that was a makeup artist. There was very limited amount of people that were doing that. And bridal especially, there was maybe like a 50-year-old woman who had a threading store. You know what I mean? There was not a lot of people that were doing Indian brides. And the Indian bridal makeup at the time was very much dark red lipstick, dark eyeshadow, light skin, not matching to their skin. And I thought, this is why. You need to be your natural color. I'm less is more kind of girl. And so I thought, why don't I just bring what I do for my friends and start doing brides? So I started doing it. It was very challenging. No one wanted to hire me in the beginning. Because who wants to hire a 23-year-old, right? At that point, when everyone else was much more experienced.
This was which year?
Oh my gosh, it was 2013.
Oh, long back.
Yeah, long back. 2013. 2025 is when it really started to take off. The artistry, I think I started posting a lot. I had a blog. I started posting on social media. And then through word of mouth, people were just calling me all around the world, like Panama, Mexico, Italy. And it just became quite an awesome phenomenon for me. It was a dream come true. I had so much respect but one thing I realized was most of the people who were calling me were not just calling me for the makeup. And I always added value. I always wanted to give more than, no pun intended, give more than what you asked for. So I became every bride's sister, best friend, confidant, like on their day.
Nice.
I became like their therapist. And that to me is what taught me how to love myself, because I was able to help someone else love themselves.
That's actually a very interesting point that you mentioned, because even I've dealt with so many makeup artists, but they come and do their job as a transaction. It doesn't feel personal at all. It just feels like they're there because they're being paid. But, very few people are able to surpass that layer of transaction and build a personal bond as if, it's their own sister's wedding or cousin's wedding.
Yes.
So I think that is something that uniquely differentiated you.
Definitely. And the thing was, because I am an only child. So I always craved connection. I always craved love. So with a bride, she was automatically my sister. I was automatically there for her, beside her, through her tears, through her stress, through her anxiety, through dealing with in-laws, through dealing with an annoying husband, whatever it was. Like, you're stressed. Weddings are so stressful, especially in our culture. There's so much pressure.
Correct.
And the weddings that I was doing were high net worth, big. It's a lot. And not a lot of people are extroverts.
Yeah.
Right? So a lot of the introvert brides would be like, I don't want to go out. So I was there having to comfort them. Make them feel good about themselves, and really just get them ready for success.
Wow. But tell me this, which was your first biggest client which you cracked, and how did you get them?
I don't remember who my first biggest client was. To me, it's about the soulful connection that I have with each of them. So it's not, to me, it was never about how big they were financially or, family wise, how massive their wedding was. It was always about the connection. And I think that if I were to tell you some of the things that would stand out to me, it was, in the beginning, a lot of the fathers would come to me and they'd be like, oh, you're so expensive. What is this? And they would go crazy.
Yeah.
But towards the end of the wedding, 3 days later or 4 days later, whatever, he would come up to me and be like, I don't know what you did to my wife. I don't know what you did to my daughter. And I was like, why? They're so naturally beautiful. It's not me, it's them.
Yeah.
And he would be like, no, you did something to their personality. And that is when I would go, wait, he's right. Because suddenly when I did their makeup, they felt confident, which meant everyone around them was treated with more respect, less anxiety, more love, because they love themselves more.
Yeah.
So to me, honestly, every experience with every bride was so different, but there was always one thing in common, and it was the way they looked at themselves in the mirror. That changed my life. Really.
No, I think whenever you do any work with impact or purpose, it makes you chase it for longer term, because you're in it for the soulfulness and not for the fame or the glamour of it.
Exactly.
So I'm glad that you chose that path at such a young age, because people of our generation, they're distracted and how. Like, some of us just want either money or either fame or just the end outcome very quickly.
Yeah.
The world is of instant gratification nowadays.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. But tell me, you said that you started your blog and your social media page, which is where you started getting inquiries from.
Yes.
So what content were you posting at that time which worked in your favor? And tell me, will that kind of content also work today if somebody new wants to enter into the makeup industry as you?
What I posted, and I think what people really liked, was the level of authenticity. It was always consistent with me. There was a period where I dropped off social media because I was too scared about being myself, because there was a lot of judgment. And it's also, I was growing up on camera, like on social media, right? From 23, I was married at 25. I got divorced at 27. And just my whole journey was being followed in a way where it was kind of, it was kind of negative at some point because people were wanting to know more about me and my personal journey more than other things.
Okay.
So it was a very weird shift that I had seen, but I was always authentic. Whenever I posted, I was authentic. And when I started the blog, I just posted about things I loved, people I loved, businesses I loved, and I would promote people. That's why my Friends brand. So I started a branding agency recently called My Friends Brand, because every client, every person I worked with, anyone who would say, hey, Natasha, can you try my service and post about it? Before the word influencer was really here, I would just say, yeah, sure. My health coach, my spiritual healer, if I trusted what they did to me and I saw the result and I liked it, I wanted everyone to know. So I started, that was very authentic from my end. It was just genuine posting of what I loved and what I found to be useful in my life and what I think could help other people. And so, yes, I definitely think that now that is, I mean, it's coming back, right? There was a period for everyone, I think, where social media kind of became a bit too superficial, a bit too scripted, a bit too shiny. And you didn't get to see the real shit that went on.
True.
And I always posted the real stuff. If I dropped off Instagram, it was because I was dealing with my own battle. And I was too scared. So fear crept in. And that was where I think I lost myself, was when I got fearful. I lost my fearlessness.
How did you gain it back?
You know, it's a theory I have now that has really stuck to me consistently is every challenge that happens to you is truly a lesson. And if you look at it as a lesson instead of it being like a failure, then you're going to grow faster. You're going to want to have all these failures happen. You're like, okay, give me the next failure. Give me the next failure. I truly believe that, because when I have faced so many things in my life, whether it's been cheated on in business or a divorce or publicly being shamed for being a woman that got married and who was traveling and working, like men could not handle that. Men were so disappointed that I was a woman posting that I was traveling around the world, creating a business that no one really had, earning money, doing well for herself. But I had a husband at home who I was leaving behind, and people could not handle that. Whereas they didn't actually know the things I was dealing with, the things I was going through. And I talk about this very openly because I think a lot of women need to hear that you have to be fearless no matter what, because without that level of fearlessness, you're always going to question, you're always going to doubt yourself, and you're not going to take that leap forward. Yeah.
Wow. That's like a roller coaster journey.
Super. I can't even tell you.
Yeah. And at such a young age, when you experience so many things, you become wiser than even a 40-year or a 50-year-old, you know.
I think that there's a long way to go. I think every day I'm learning new things about myself. But my healing journey has definitely been helpful for me. And I think the self-love journey has actually really made me understand what direction I want my brand to go in. And again, I really, every time something bad happens now, I look back at my journey and I'm like, okay, this is why this happened. Even to the point where I was bullied in school, I had no friends. Kids would say, you're so ugly, you should die. Even that, I'm like, oh, that happened for a reason. Because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have had a makeup brand. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have been fearless now. So I think every stage of your life, you have to see why that happened to you. And you'll see it eventually. The hard part is keeping consistent with that faith. And I fail so many times with that consistency and just thinking I need to have more faith in myself. But the world really respects people who move. So you just have to keep moving forward. The universe respects when you're moving. So when you're hitting a wall, the only way out is to pivot or to move through.
You can't stay stagnant.
You can't delay and you can't procrastinate.
Yeah, that's so true. I mean, it holds so much of truthfulness in all aspects of life. And I really think that what differentiates the top 1% successful people from the rest is this quality of fearlessness, because everybody has the talent, but very few have the courage to go and even ask for help. You know, sometimes their ego or their pride takes over and they feel that they're too much, you know, too big or, you know, too like on the high position to ask anyone.
Exactly.
And that's where they go down.
And to be very honest, that is something I think a lot of people go through. Ego comes in at any stage in your life. You don't know when it's about to hit you. And your ego can really affect the way that your whole business turns out. For me personally, I had a period in my life where I definitely think my ego took over my life, where I thought, oh, I'm the best thing ever. I deserve everything. And it happens. You get success at a younger age. But when you realize that and you learn how to deal with that, ego is, I learned this from my meditation guru, Umaji. Ego is evil grossly overloaded. When you learn to navigate your ego and learn how to train your mind and rewire your brain to think less of yourself in not in a negative way, but just that everyone is equal.
Yeah.
That's actually how I see everyone. I'm like, no matter who the person is, everyone is equal. And you know what? Today we can have all the success in the world, but tomorrow you can't. And just knowing that being a good human being is what's going to make you grow in life. And that's actually, your intention should always be pure. So I think that just having that in your brain will help you get rid of that ego.
Yeah, but tell me about this period where you think your pride took over, because it's a very good learning for other people who are listening to it.
Yeah.
You know, you learn more from others' mistakes, and sometimes it's better rather than committing it on your own and then going through the hard way.
Okay, so ego definitely took over when, and there's two sides to this, right? Recently, I've learned that, because I always believe, people tell you that in business, you should be fierce, you should not be kind, you should not let your guard down, right? And I understand certain parts of it because you do get taken advantage of. So there's two parts to this where I'm now going back and forth. Was I really egotistical, or was I just being a smart businesswoman? Because that's the part, you have to have that balance.
Yeah.
So I think now I'm finding that balance. Whereas back then it was like, okay, I demand this. The demands are fine. You can have whatever demands you want. You have to, it's your value that you're putting to the table, right? People are paying for what you bring to the table. But there came a period, and I spoke about this recently, where all my friends would say, Natasha, do my makeup, just do it for free. No, do it for free. I had friends asking me all the time, and I was like, this is my business. This is my job.
Yeah.
Like, no. And then I started to get so heartbroken by that, that I just stopped doing makeup on anyone. I was like, no, I don't want to do makeup on anyone. And that is where my biggest mistake happened, actually, is when I felt like, because that's my superpower, right?
Yeah.
Making people feel good about themselves through my hand, through my tools, through my art. And so I stopped doing that art. That art is my passion. And if you let go of your passion, where do you go in life? You get lost.
Yeah.
So that part of my life, I think, was a lot to do with ego, because obviously I'm thinking, no, I mean, people are paying me $10,000 for this. No. And so I think what had to happen was I had to have that happen so that I could learn how to deal with the ego.
Yeah.
I had to have a humble experience where I got tons of money stolen from me in business. I got cheated. I got hustled. All these things that happened. I think that all had to happen so that it could bring me today where I am, which is nowhere near where I need to be, but it's still at a point where now I'm operating from a level of love and intention that is so pure, and I know what my purpose is. So I think that balance is finally getting better.
Yeah. But how do you be aware of being cheated on in business generally?
You won't. You really don't. Till today, I still, like 2 months ago, I started a partnership with someone. I thought, no, not 2 months ago, maybe 6 months ago. 2 months ago, I realized it was not working out.
Oh.
Because I realized this person was going behind my back and using my contacts, and it happens. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
The difference is how you respond to it. So now, simple, okay, cut, bye. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to get depressed. I'm not going to get emo. I just need to find the damn solution and move on, right? Cut my losses and move on. So yeah, I think you'll always have situations like this in your life. But if you remember them as those challenges that are actually lessons, you just keep replaying that in your brain.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I had to learn. What was my lesson here? My husband and I actually, we always now, every time something bad happens, we're like, why? Why did this guy promise X amount and then didn't invest, or whatever it was. And we'll just look at each other and we're like, dude, I'm done with this. But what was the lesson? What was the lesson? The lesson was we had to learn how to navigate the situation so we can fix the problem in the future.
That's true. That's true. No, and that's why I really think a supportive partner makes your life so much more better. And, you know, we have a lot of young people watching our content. So what would you tell them in terms of choosing a right partner in their life? Because that can either enable you for your career or life, or really bring you down to the ground if the partner is not that good.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. You know, speaking as someone who is very sure of herself now, like I know exactly what I want. I didn't know what I wanted when I was younger. That's not to say young people don't know what they want, but I got a lot of warnings when I was younger from people who were, I had a lot of women mentors who were in their 50s, who were divorced, who were like, Natasha, are you sure you want to get married at 25? You don't even know yourself. And while that might have been true, and now I look back, I'm like, you're right. I didn't know what I wanted. It was, again, a lesson I had to learn. So if you look at those mistakes, if you look at your exes, just from a purely, okay, let's look at it from a relationship perspective, right? It's a great analogy to use. When you look at all the relationships that you've had in your life, and you look back at all the bad things that have happened to you, look at them as actual lessons. What did this guy do to me? What did this girl do to me? How can I operate differently in my next relationship? And you just learn how to better yourself. So one thing I would say is don't settle.
Yeah.
Don't ever settle, no matter what anyone says. If someone is mistreating you, they're mistreating you. Don't have too much ego, right? That's another thing. Like maybe someone's actually trying to work with you and make the relationship work, but your ego is too big.
Yeah.
You have to let go of that. And thirdly, communication is so important in every relationship. I believe you have to be with your best friend. Even if you're opposites, you have to have that full trust in the person that when shit hits the fan, when things are really bad, the only thing standing is both of you. When you guys are fighting, and you will fight, all relationships fight, all relationships have ups and downs. When you're in a position of, I don't know what to do, you need to support each other and lift each other up and not bring each other down with negativity. So just be aligned in your vision.
Yeah. So I'm also 25 and a lot of people have been telling me to get married, but I'm just like, it's not the right time.
You do you, boo. If you don't think it's right, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't ever do something that you don't feel is right. If you feel like it's right to get married right now and you met the guy yesterday, do it. Like, there's no right and wrong. That's the thing. Like, there's so many rules in this world now where people are like, I told you not to do this. I told you not to do this. This is my advice. I'm not a mentor. I mentor people. But at the end of the day, it's up to you.
But how do you know if it's the right time? Because at that time, it might look like the right time.
I don't know if it's the right time. I'm in love with my husband. He's my best friend. We work together. We travel together. But till today, I will always say, you never know what life is going to throw at you. You really never know. And the way to operate in life is just to flow.
Yeah.
It's just to flow. Whatever it is, if you're happy in that moment, you just flow. My meditation guru, and Akash and I, my husband, we're actually hosting retreats for power couples.
Oh, is it?
So it's not necessarily couples that work together, but couples that want to strengthen their relationships, couples that do work together, couples that even when you're managing a house together, one is in the office, one is managing the children, you're still working together. You still need to learn all the tactics. You need to know how to navigate your relationship.
Yeah.
You need to learn how to let go of your ego, work on yourself. You need to be able to communicate better. So we're hosting this retreat.
Nice.
We're hosting dinners around the world to be able to help other couples. And part of that really is, I think for us, we just want to see other couples be as happy with their lives as we are, only because we've worked on it and we're still working on it. We're still, like, even now, we just had a fight and in the lift. And I was like, oh God. But I know we're going to get back and we're going to be best friends again.
Yeah.
And that's just how we operate in life. And I'm honest about it because people are like, you guys are so perfect with each other. I'm like, no, dude, we're not. We're just, we're partners and we'll continue to be partners forever. One thing also, about this meditation retreat is the guru that we spoke to, that he does the whole session for us. It's 5 days. It's beautiful. What he said to us that was so powerful was, Akash asked him, what is the purpose of life? And he goes, to live. And when you think about that, it's so simple. The purpose of life is to live it. Now, how do you live your life? It's one day at a time. You really don't know what's going to happen the next day. So when you say, I'm 25, people are telling me to get married. Do you want to get married right now? No. Do you have a massive empire that you're running? Yes. What do you want to do every single day that's going to make you happy? That's how you should live.
Yeah, in the present moment. Yeah, because so many people think about the future and ruin what they already have right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just focus on the now, on the you. Of course, I'm not saying, throw your life away partying.
Yeah.
Work towards your dreams, work towards your goal, but do it while enjoying it. Every single step is going to be painful, fun, exciting.
Yeah.
But every step you take is one step closer to your goal.
How did you get into meditation and spirituality?
Omaji, I think the spirituality part, I had a spiritual healer who helped me through my divorce.
Okay.
And I posted about her on Instagram, and she has helped so many people since then. I mean, her business has exploded, not only because of me, because of obviously her work and what she's done, but she's been able to help so many people. And she helped me. She helped me just navigate my mentality, the way that I worked, the way that I dealt with situations. I think the way that I dealt with things 10 years ago when I got married for the first time versus now is so different. And then my relationships in between as well. Like you just grow by seeing who you are. And that spirituality has always been there for me. It's just grown dramatically now.
Yeah.
Meditate every single day.
Really?
Yeah.
In the morning?
In the morning.
We
both do it together.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. We're like each other's buddies. So we have to push each other. Let's go to the gym. Let's not eat. Let's be clean. Let's not drink. And it's so nice to have that because there are periods in our lives. Like, we were going through this crazy fundraising process last year for his company. Very intense.
Yeah.
Every day, eating out, drinking, and not working out, really unhealthy. Both of us gained a ton of weight.
Okay.
We didn't feel good about ourselves. So in the last 3 months, we basically were like, we're done with this. We're going to be clean. We both are super healthy people. We have crazy amounts of willpower. Let's just do it together. So we kind of hold each other accountable for everything.
Yeah. No, that's so important. People forget to live together when they are together.
Yes.
And that's where the cracks happen.
Exactly. You have to live together.
Yeah. But tell me now, stepping on to your business brand, Natasha Moor, tell me, when did you think of creating your own brand through your personal brand?
I think it was always in me. When I did those brides and I saw their faces, first of all, I would mix and match shades for their skin tones.
Yeah.
There was nothing that suited them. Like Southeast Asian brides, right? All around the world. You have a whole range of skin tones. It's not just one range, it's quite wide, right?
Yeah.
So the lip colors, there was no nudes, no pinks, no reds, nothing suited them. And so I would mix and match, and then nothing lasted long. So I was like, guys, so my brides would be like, Natasha, can I have whatever you used on my wedding day? So I'm like, what do I do? So I used to buy these little vials and put all the products in there and then give it out to them, label wedding day lipstick, Sangeet lipstick, Mehndi lipstick.
Okay.
And then I decided at the time, I actually launched, my first brand was called Face Tools.
Okay.
And it was a set of brushes, 13 brushes, luxury, high quality, great. There was no brushes in the market at the time. That was a set that taught you how to use each brush.
Yeah.
So created that. Now, the problem with that product was it was too good that people kept it for years. Till now, my friends still, 15 years later.
Oh my God.
My friends still have their brush set.
Wow.
So as a business, I was like, they buy it once and then done. Right? Not a great business move.
Correct.
So I thought, let me save the money that I have here. Let me save all this money from bridal.
Yeah.
Didn't spend. Obviously spent a little bit on myself when I was going through a divorce because you have to.
Yeah.
But I decided, let me empty my bank account and launch my cosmetic brand. And I'm going to call it Natasha Moor. And that's what happened. I created the makeup brand. I decided to launch with lipsticks first because that was the product that I used on the clients. I formulated with different manufacturers. It took me about 3 years to really get into that after developing, saving the money. I didn't know what I was doing, how to get registration, how to figure out ingredients and licensing. And I didn't even have a proper bank account, a corporate bank account. I had to figure all of it out.
And you did it all by yourself?
I started doing everything by myself. And again, life throws you crazy, crazy situations. When I was launching the product for the first time, this is a crazy story. I was actually in Malad for a shoot, a Bollywood movie that I was doing makeup on. My first. I was so excited. I was like, oh my goodness.
Which movie was it?
99 Songs.
Okay.
A.R. Rahman's film.
Okay.
So I did the makeup on the actor. And I was so excited about this. And I remember I had a shipment coming in, 24,000 units coming in for the first time, right? And someone, I'm not going to mention who, was supposed to coordinate this. And this person dropped the ball. So I called up my cousin, my first cousin, and I said, Raj, I don't know what I'm going to do. I have this shipment coming in. It's supposed to go to this place. It didn't go there. This person has dropped the ball. What do I do? And he's like, don't worry, I got you. So I was like, okay. So Raj, my cousin, actually jumped in, helped me. He's a finance guy, worked at Citibank, now at Binance. Brilliant, genius, strategist, brilliant mind. Okay? This guy is an incredible human being with the biggest heart. And he's my brother. So I trusted him. And I was like, you know what? Just please help me. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do the operations, blah, blah. I was managing everything on my own while I was flying to different countries and working with brides. So then he managed to help me. That was the first time that someone actually helped me with something. And I was like, okay, this is great. Then he became the CFO of our company eventually. Once we launched with our first retailer, which was Sephora in Southeast Asia. Completely. I had to close down my brand for a year. I had to reset the packaging right for, Sephora. You have to get everything written in French and this and that, registration, license, all the stuff that you have to do to get your brand ready from being a makeup artist and having makeup in my suitcase to actually having it on shelves.
My God. But you were actually doing your own formulations for some of the brides?
Yeah.
Before launching your brand?
Yes. I was mixing and matching from different brands and then formulating little bits and pieces here, adding ingredients that I wanted to. And then I went to my manufacturer and I was like, look, I want this. And Indian bridal makeup means it has to be long lasting. Why? Whenever, you'll understand. Whenever they wore the and they wanted red lipstick. Every red lipstick would smudge all over their face.
Oh shit!
Because the nose would button and then it would drag their nose down. Or like aunties would kiss them all over, their makeup would be smudgy, and I would go crazy. I would watch them on the mandap being like, no, my art. So I said, I wanted something long lasting. And I told my factory, I said, something so if it touches the nose, he's like, what do you mean? So it touches the lip, it doesn't smudge anywhere. That's when the first molten matte lipstick was created. And that's why it was created.
And
for the brides.
Yeah, but these days brands like Sugar and others are also promising like long-lasting makeup. How do you make yourself seen in this kind of a competitive market of so many makeup products who are promising the same long-lasting solution?
So I, first of all, think there's space for everyone. You could start a makeup brand today and I would still be like, I fully support you. Even if you named all your shade names, affirmations like I did. And I did that because I worked with women's shelters. So actually, I'll tell you that part of the story because that is truly the core ethos of my brand. And it always has been. So of course, everyone can have great products. Everyone can have a great brand messaging. Everyone can have a great story. My story is different from everyone else's. Everyone's story is different from everyone else's. And I truly believe in collaboration. I think that everyone can grow because there's space for everyone. If you just think about the average woman who has how many lipsticks do they have in their makeup kit? Especially a makeup lover, right? My grandmother alone will call me every week for a new lipstick shade. So I think when I was starting the brand, one thing that was very important to me was the message. When I did a bride's makeup, what I realized was they didn't just look good. That was never the reason that I started a brand. They felt good. They looked in the mirror in a very different way. In the spark in their eyes, I couldn't explain it. In the beginning, I actually was quite superficial. or not superficial. I guess the word is, I was quite doubtful.
Okay.
I'm like, what's wrong with them? Or I would judge them. I was judgmental. I was like, how can they be taking selfies? Oh my God, how obsessed are these people? Little did I realize that was my own insecurities. Like, how can you take a selfie in public? Like, I couldn't do that without feeling insecure. That was my own insecurity. Whenever they looked at the mirror, one thing changed, their aura. That was it. Everything else, their energy just changed. And when I realized that their energy changed, I said, these women are amazing. Their families are flying me first class, VIP, private jets, you name it, I had it. What about people who don't have money? How do I make them feel good? And this was through the journey of my divorce. So I felt like, I want to give back. I want to make other people feel good, because that was always why my intention, that's what I love doing. So that's when I worked with women's shelters, victims of human trafficking, special needs children, orphanages. Initially, it just started off like, let me do their makeup, blah, 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 as a makeup artist. But then I realized how much inspiration I got from just doing their makeup, because their reaction was exactly the same as someone who was paying me thousands of dollars. And I realized the power of that little bottle. That little cosmetic bottle has a power that is indescribable. And that's when I knew success would be inevitable. If I could make every woman feel the way that a bride would feel when she hired me, that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. And that's why all the shade names are inspired from my experiences. So they're supposed to remind you every day of your power. Empowered, game changer, hustler, CEO, ambition, inevitable.
Which one is your best seller so far?
There's quite a lot, and I have a lot of people to thank for that. There's a lot of people who've given me great shout outs. Empowered was a very popular shade in India, and it was made for my Desi brides who could not find a pink nude brown. No pink browns. Nothing on the market. And I created that color. That was the first color I ever created.
Nice.
And then that's a really popular shade. And then I don't know if you've seen the lipsticks, but they have a mirror on it. You press the button and it comes out.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know this, but the reason there's a button is for accessibility purposes. So working with special needs children, I always had a soft spot. And I recently got a message from someone who's had a disability for her whole life, and she is unable to use her arm. And she messaged me, and I swear I started crying. She goes, there's no other lipstick that I can use, not just because of the formula, but because you actually cared about the way that it works. The functionality, I can actually press the button and it comes out. And my heart I was like, wow, you understood the mission behind the brand. It made her feel good. It made her feel powerful just with the click of a button.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Thank you.
Like I said, that, when you do something for a good cause, everything falls in place. You don't have to really worry about what's happening, who's doing what. You just stay focused with blinders on. Yeah.
And the minute you start to get competitive, which I also have, that's also part of that ego period I had. And it happens, right? You're a young girl. Every other person is launching a makeup brand. No one had a makeup brand. People would message me saying, this person's copied your logo. This person is copying your... And I'd be like, oh no, what about me? How am I going to grow now? I'm a no one compared to these big brands. But now I'm like, I don't care. Honestly, we're all in it together. It's a tough enough world. The last thing you need is to compare yourself to other people.
Yeah, we all have our own journeys, our own stories. Might as well live it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and
in our
support
own
other
unique
people
ways. Yeah.
along the way.
Yeah, true. But tell me, where did you get your manufacturing done when you had started out?
I work with many manufacturers. Now
India or
no,
in
no.
Hong
We
Kong?
were at Italy, Turkey, US. So they're all quite pretty high quality, high MOQs, minimum order quantities. It's a journey to be an entrepreneur. And the only advice I would give people is, if you want to start this and you think you're going to need X amount, times it by 10.
Yeah.
That's literally what happens in most businesses. So we manufacture everywhere. Each product is manufactured in a different country based on which factory I like for the formulation.
But for somebody as young as like 25 to 35, if they want to start their own makeup beauty brand, what kind of minimum investment is recommended for them in terms of the costings that will be required?
It really depends, right? It depends on product formulation, packaging, design, everything, marketing, branding. It really depends. You can launch a brand at a very low cost. You can launch it, but now with all the tariffs and charges, it's quite challenging. So like I said, if you think it's going to be a certain amount, whatever your cost is, whatever the cost that's being given to you is, times that by 10. So if your manufacturer says it's this amount, if your packaging guy says it's this amount, add 10x so that you know that you're going to be able to grow, because it's very hard to grow in this industry.
Tell me, who are like the stakeholders in the supply chain process from the time you would get it manufactured to the time you've put it on the shelf? What does this long tail journey look like?
My favorite topic of discussion, supply chain. Product, right? Got a mirror on it. You press the button, it comes out. A shade is called Fearless.
I love it.
It's in my bag, actually, not because look at the shade. It's not what's on my lips. It's in my bag, believe it or not, to remind me to be fearless. I put it there every single day.
This is made in Turkey.
Yes. And this is made in Italy.
How did you choose to get manufacturers from these different areas?
You have to really experiment. That's why every product I make takes me about 2 to 3 years, because I really go into the development phase. I'm a makeup artist. So imagine my manufacturers are like, dude, you are so irritating. No one will notice. I'm like, I noticed.
Yeah.
That's why everything is to the T.
And where is this packaging done from?
So this is made in Taiwan. I have a manufacturer in Taiwan. So let's talk about the supply chain. Right? You want to get into that? So the first thing that has to be done is I have to confirm the design. So you build a mold. Generally, I build a mold. You pay a ton of money to build a mold and own the mold. Then with the mascara, for example, because this supply chain was just a crazy story. Crazy story. So then the formulation is in Italy. So and it's from the same manufacturers as like Chanel and all these guys. So it's like top of the line, right?
Okay.
So now we have to do a testing we have to do a whole test run to see if the formula matches the material. Okay. So now once this is made, metallized, done all the stuff, we have to send from Taiwan or China, wherever I'm creating the component.
Packaging,
So this is the component. Once that component is made, it gets sent to our manufacturer. They fill it. They test it for 6 months. So you wait 6 months until they say, oh, okay, it's approved. Then you send all the stuff. And then that's done. So now with the wand, for example, these two things had to be done separately. For whatever reason, we had to do this wand separate from the thingy. And the inner base, it was a drama. So we had to do back and forth. Supply chain is crazy. Then it gets, so from the component manufacturers, it goes to the product manufacturer, the formulation. It gets filled. Then, don't forget, there's the external packaging, secondary packaging, right? So the cartons. The cartons get made in either Latvia or China, depending.
Oh my God.
Then if they're in Latvia, they get trucked over to Italy. Or if every time I tell people, they're like, what?
Yeah, it's like one product is doing a world tour before reaching your house.
It's like me. So they take after their mother. So the carton, if it's made in China, it gets shipped over to wherever, Italy, US. So our eyeshadow palette, for example, is made in the US. So, or I will decide, okay, pricing wise, cost wise, it makes sense to just make it in the US because shipping will cost you just the same amount as the actual production of it. So it's hard to keep that consistency. And a lot of brands have this problem, right? Even MAC, for example, big cosmetic brands, you'll see on their products, you'll see some are manufactured here, some are manufactured there. Packaging looks a little different, slightly off color, because you have to work. That's how you have to make things work as a business. So and then once that's all packaged up, it goes to my warehouses in the US and Dubai and Hong Kong.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's quite a lot.
It is unbelievable.
But why would you spend so much of money in putting one product in so many countries? Why not choose only one country?
Well, you mean for like my
For
warehousing?
everything, from like product formulation to the components,
Because
everything.
I am a perfectionist in with product.
Hmm.
I'm not a perfectionist in the way that I don't believe in perfection, but I believe that every product has to be at a certain quality and certain level.
Yeah.
And that's just the way I am. I want things done a certain way. Like even this, it can't even tell you how many versions of this we had. And they were like, aren't you happy with it? I'm like, no. And you pay like $15,000 to create just the mold. So it's not cheap, right? The other thing about our mascara is I wanted to actually have a mirror on it, right? But then it looked tacky the first round. I'm like, no. And then what if it just didn't look nice like that? That looked good. So I was like, let's make this shiny enough so that people can literally do it
Exactly.
on
See
the go. Because our makeup is all on the go.
Yeah.
Everything is, you can just do it wherever you are. I'm walking on the road. I'm in a rickshaw.
Yeah.
I'm wherever. I can just do my makeup on the go.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
very shiny.
Thank you. And it's also hard to photograph. The other thing is they don't roll off the table. So that was something that was important to me.
Because everything is like very rounded in shape.
Exactly. And then it just makes it easier for people to set on your table. It looks nice.
That's
it looks
a good
elegant.
insight. Yeah. Looks like a pocket perfume from far off.
Thank you.
What made you choose the golden cover for all your products?
Oh, I love gold.
Yeah?
I'm Cindy. No, it's really, I truly believe that you should be as pure as gold. So if it were up to me, this would be pure gold, but it's not.
Yeah.
But every human being should be pure gold. You should be pure gold. Your energy, you should be that golden sunshine aura. And that's why everything is gold.
Oh, wow.
To reflect sunshine.
That's so good, yeah?
Thank you.
Should be written here.
I know.
You're pure gold.
You are pure gold, yeah.
Yeah. Damn good, yeah? And then who did your logo? How did you come up with this kind of
it's this one.
font?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the font? Do you want the truth? The whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
Me on a paper napkin. Yeah.
You did your logo? Wow.
I drew it out. I sent it to a designer and the designer did it. And that is how I decided to start a branding agency because I have this visual download for brands. When I see a brand, I'm like, oh my goodness. Or even if I meet a person, I'm like, this is the brand you should have.
Yeah.
You need to do this. This is the mark. This is what exactly it's going to look like. And it's like an exciting download I have.
Wow. It's
I
like
love
your intuition.
Yes. It's my intuitive superpower, I think, is finding
What would you
people's-
think about me? as
Well,
a
now
brand?
it's like I know more about you because of obviously this beautiful blazer that you have on.
Yeah.
But I actually think I want to know more about who you are as a person, but I can craft a brand based on what we were discussing that we might announce together.
Yeah.
After this, you might see this.
Actually, but you think that brand will suit my
Oh, it will
persona?
definitely suit.
Yeah.
You can call it suits you.
Yeah, actually. Oh my God, you're damn good at this.
Well
huh?
suited, actually. Very well suited.
Yeah, no one. It can actually be a tagline, like a hashtag. Nice. Okay, so this is how your supply chain works.
Yes.
And tell me, how much time does it take to make one lipstick ready? Because that's what you started with.
Each product is different. For example, some of my manufacturers take a lot longer. Like in Italy, they have holidays all the time. So you're really you have to be really, really cautious. Then you have to be careful of, for example, in Chinese New Year, you're going to have that break where you can't manufacture components at that period or you're missing out on 2 months of work. So it really depends on when you're launching it. You have to be really strategic about your timeline. But generally, it really depends, honestly. It can take anywhere from 3 months to 9 months.
Okay.
Yeah. One of my factories, I was like, oh, can we launch a new lip liner shade? They're like, yeah, sure, it'll take you 9 months. I'm like, lip liner? What?
Yeah.
It's just...
But what takes
because
so
they're
long?
They're backed up. They have so many orders. Or they're on holiday or they have... Yeah, it's quite a challenge. It is quite a challenge.
How did you find these best manufacturers in different parts of the world?
Tried, tested, trade shows. Trade shows are very helpful. And I remember my first trade show was in Hong Kong, the Cosmoprof show. But also the trade show that I always go to is the one in Italy, the Bologna one, Cosmoprof. I remember I decided 3 days before, and this was when I was getting a divorce. And I was like, I just need to go to this trade show. I feel it in my bones. I just launched my brand. I need to meet people there. I need people to see my product. So I went. I didn't have a hotel because everything was sold out. I didn't tell my parents because they would have been like, "No way, you crazy woman." Well, so I stayed in an Airbnb, and everything. Again, I'll say it again. Everything happens for a reason. Whether you believe in God, the universe, whatever you call it. One of my healers, Hillary, she calls it Gus, God, universe, Gus. So whether you believe in either, because we don't know what the audience believes. So whatever you believe in, the higher power, it happened that it just so happened that I got put in this place where the woman was so sweet. She spoke no English at all. And yet she picked me up from the airport. She dropped me to the place. Like I was protected by an angel.
Yeah.
And I just took the risk. So you have to just take the risk. Do the thing that you are so scared of.
Yeah.
Because the sooner you get rid of that fear, the sooner you'll see that you're actually being protected and saved and guided.
Yeah, that's so true. I'd gone for a speech for the UN in South Africa last year, and I was the only one.
Wow, look at you, rock star.
And then it was like, but I wanted to see the city. Everybody told me it's very unsafe, South Africa, theft and all, so don't step out at night. But then somehow I found a girl of my age only. It was her birthday, but she was alone and she was not feeling well at all. I made her feel celebrated, empowered, and then she helped me so much as if she's been my best friend since forever, and I've come to South Africa only to meet her. So God does send angels like these in your way when you feel alone or you feel that you have no way to go to.
But also that is a reflection.
Yeah.
That is just a mirror because you reflected off your kindness onto someone else. So
yeah. That's true, yeah. And tell me, how does the unit economics of any makeup product work like, with an example?
It really depends, right? And the way I think because retailers take a huge amount from you. So depending on whether you're going to D2C or just, with retailers, you have to factor that in. So, for a $25 lipstick, for example, your cost should be below $3. Because you're going to be screwed with all the charges, the marketing costs. So retailers take between 60 to 80%.
Oh my God.
Yes. Brand founders don't make a lot of money. And I want to be a person who speaks about this publicly.
Yeah, you should.
Because us poor founders have to do so much sweat, tears, and literal blood.
Yeah.
There has been so many times where I've been lifting up boxes. I got a hernia. I had to have a surgery. Because it's just so much work that you don't realize. When you see a brand, you see them shining in a retailer, you think, wow, they're doing so well. You don't see all the BS we put up with behind the scenes, all the negotiations, all the amount of money that has to be put in just to see your brand grow a little bit. And it makes sense. Like retailers, they have the platform, they have the eyes, so we understand. But people don't see how much it really can drain you.
My God.
Yeah.
So for example, you said if a lipstick is of $25, the cost of production should be $3. And then on top of that, how much does it cost to market it?
Don't even ask.
What are the other
all
costs?
My friends, I've had conversations with them recently. They're like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
What are you doing, girl? You made so much money as a bridal makeup artist. What are you doing? And I'm like, this is a mission that is bigger than me. It's bigger than all of us. It is my pure joy to see people have products in their lives that make a difference and make them change the way they act in the world. That's truly the mission is bigger than me. And it is a sacrifice. It is a journey. But of course, the end result, especially when you end up becoming a big brand, like some of the brand names out there, they've seen tremendous success.
Yeah.
And you just have to hit it right and big. And I'm hopeful that, not hopeful, hopeful's not a good word. I am confident.
Yeah.
And I command that this happens for my brand too. I think that with every brand that I've seen, I want to see success in it because I know the pain and the struggle of entrepreneurship.
My God.
Yeah.
But are you not doing any personal wedding makeup?
I
related
focus
work?
so much on the business right now, and I'm the CEO of the company. Now I also started a branding agency. I feel like my service has gone towards, I love doing bridal makeup.
Yeah.
But it really does take a lot. It's 5 days of my time. I'm not going to be like calling my manufacturers. I'm constantly working.
Yeah.
So I don't do it as much as I should now. I'm doing a little bit here and there. I love it.
Yeah.
But truly, I really love what I'm creating with Natasha Moor Cosmetics. And for me, it's like, it's my mission and my purpose. I know exactly what my purpose in life is now because of this. Then on top of that, my husband's business is just like, are you kidding me? If I'm a person who loves philanthropy and they're developing a treatment for cancer and I could be part of something like that, then I think that I'm onto something that is pushing me in a direction where I've always wanted to be, which is actually helping people. That's why I started the brand in the first place.
Yeah. Wow, interesting. So which year did you launch it in?
The brand? I launched it in 2017, right? Soft launch with my clients. I was packing the cosmetics in my bags and smuggling it into different countries. And I had brides buying for me, families, whatever. I did pop-ups. It was 2018, really. 2017 is when I was like formulating, and then I was supposed to launch it at the end of that year, and something happened. Someone took all my money, and then I wasn't able to launch. So I worked 10 times harder, launched 2018. Then 2018, I actually got a call from someone saying, if you want to be in Sephora, you can do it, but you're going to have to close your brand down for a year so that you're ready and set up for a retailer like that. So I said, okay, let's do it. I'm ready. So we shut down the brand, redid the packaging, redid all the stuff, that we had to do, registration, language, whatever. And we launched at the end of 2019, December 2019. So COVID. And we launched into Sephora, December 2019, in Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines, and Hong Kong.
Okay.
And then, since then, it's been a really awesome, exciting, crazy roller coaster ride journey.
What does it take to be on the shelves of retailers like Sephora?
I think they just want some good quality products. Good story, good messaging, but really good quality products.
Yeah.
And that's the thing you'll see consistently in the retailers, the luxury retailers at least, is like the products are all good. You're not going to get anything that's not good.
Yeah.
And if you want to get into a retailer, please make sure your branding is good. You can't, I had to close down my brand because the external packaging was good. It was always this, it was always that. It was always great, quality, right? But still, the external packaging, it had to be amazing. So you have to take that risk. And yeah.
How long did it take to get an approval from Sephora's team for a go-ahead?
A year.
A year? Oh my God, that's a lot.
Back and forth meetings, constantly meeting other retailers.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot of energy. It's a lot of effort that you have to do. But once they like your product and once you're in, you really, the hard part is actually not getting in.
Yeah.
The harder part is maintaining yourself in that retailer. You really have to make sure your sales are up. You have to constantly pump in money into marketing, activations, masterclasses. I'm doing a ton of masterclasses. And I found actually that my masterclasses are now very structured in a way that I like. It's actually, I've launched this thing where it's more than a masterclass, right? It's play on my name, but it really is about inner mastery, where I talk to the consumer about, how makeup can impact the way that you look on the outside. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure you'll get more stares. For sure you'll get more looks. But the best part is when you're able to look at yourself and walk into a room with confidence because of what you've done to your face in the morning.
Yeah.
And that ritual that you practice when you look in the mirror, that has a mirror. The reason it has a mirror is so you can tell yourself to be fearless.
Yeah.
It's a ritual. Imagine even something so simple like, oh, okay, I'm going to put liquid magic. Okay, liquid magic. Oh, I'm going to use my warrior sponge.
Yeah.
These are words, and your words are your wand, right? Magical wand. So you're constantly saying these things every day.
Yeah.
It's a ritual that's being programmed into your mind. I truly believe in the subconscious mind and how it just forms. It manifests, right?
Yeah.
Whatever you think manifests. And that is why I created the shade Manifest. More Power mascara.
Yeah.
Every time I wear it, I can't tell you, I feel more powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even branding. It's truly like it started off being, okay, it's just going to be branding so that, it's impactful for women, right?
Yeah.
But now that I've gotten deeper into my spiritual journey, the rewiring and reprogramming of your brain comes from every aspect of your life. Every little step you take in your life. It's the way you talk to yourself when you're alone, not the way that you show up in front of people. The way you talk to yourself in the mirror.
Yeah.
That is what will help your brain. Like, it believes whatever you tell it. If you're going to say you're fat and ugly, it's going to make you fat and ugly, right? If you're going to say you're beautiful, you're going to turn into a beautiful person.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It just is how it is, and I truly believe that.
That's so true. And since you worked across so many different countries, in different markets, you've launched your brand. What are some of the consumer insights that you've gathered from different industries, like from different countries, basis the culture that they have and the kind of choices that they want to prefer?
It's so interesting. We just launched in the Middle East with an amazing retailer called Nysa.
Okay.
It's a joint venture with Nykaa. Okay? And they're opening 100 doors all over the Middle East. It's owned by Apparel Group. I am a huge fan of the founder.
Seema, no?
Seema,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah.
Huge fan of her and her daughter, Selena. The whole family, the whole business. I think it's just so beautifully done.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell it's tastefully done. It's done in such a classy, elegant manner. And you can tell they understand the market, right? So whenever we've done masterclasses there, one thing I've noticed is the women and the response has always been consistent with my messaging. You will have, so I launched these No More cards. I don't know if you've seen it or heard of them.
What is it?
Oh, I wish I had some for you. Okay, it's a deck of cards that I created. I created it as a GWP, which is a gift with purchase, initially. And then I said, let's sell it to people because it started to get so popular.
Yeah.
It's a deck of cards that have deep conversation questions in there.
Oh.
So I don't believe in small talk. I believe in talking a lot, as you can tell. But also just getting deep. Not talking about surface level stuff, So No More cards were supposed to be a way in which enables introverts or people who were more shy to communicate with strangers, become friends with other people, get to know people for who they are rather than for what you think they may be or what you see. So whenever I have my,
What kind of questions would those cards have? Give some examples.
What would you say to your 18-year-old self?
Oh.
If you could say something to someone you've lost, what would you say? What do you see when you look in the mirror? Deeper questions that, do you have any siblings? If you do, what do they do? Just getting to know people. If you do have siblings, what do you do? And if you don't, do you wish you had? Like, things where you would not ordinarily say to someone, like, hey, what would you say to your 18-year-old self?
Me?
Yeah.
Just that be open to speak. I was like a very shy person,
Really?
I would hesitate a lot in speaking.
Wow.
Like, I would have so much of thoughts and opinions in my mind, but I would never speak up. So I would just tell that speak up.
Wow.
Don't be shy. Like, the world is there to suppress you, but you shouldn't suppress yourself.
Love that.
What would you tell?
My 18-year-old self, you think the world is against you. You think that no one likes you, and that might be the case, but just try and see that every bad thing that is going to happen to you is a lesson. I would really teach myself this at a younger age. Just look at everything that is negative and turn it, not toxic positivity, but turn it into a positive in a way where you're like, okay, what is the lesson here? Because if I knew that back then, I would have learned my lessons much faster.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have hated on myself so much. I wouldn't have been so hurtful to myself. I wouldn't have looked in the mirror and cried all the time. I wouldn't have looked in the mirror and said negative things. You know, I think just giving myself that, dude, you got this. You got this. Just keep going.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So, sorry, we were talking about the retailers and I got sidetracked.
No, but these cards, do people send it back to you?
No. I mean,
It's just for their internal conversations.
Yeah, it's just decks of cards. So in my inner mastery classes, I'll obviously teach makeup techniques, how you can get ready in 10 minutes to go be powerful in a meeting, or to drop off your kids at school and be the boss woman that you want to be. Whatever it is, 5 to 10 minutes, because we don't have time in our day. Convenience is everything. That's my message. That's my ethos behind NMC. So with the deck of cards, we play it in the master classes. And everyone, you'll have at least 5 people crying and connecting and becoming friends and like they're feeling more than what they got from just coming to a masterclass that you would ordinarily go to. And for me, that's where I think I'm finally bridging my spiritual side with the mentorship side, with the motivational side, with the speaker in me. Because there's always been that and there's been so many times also that I would take offense when people would be like, what are you, just a motivational speaker? And I don't know why I took offense to that. I'd be like, no, I'm teaching makeup masterclasses. Why are you saying it like that? But yeah, it is motivational and it is inspirational because people need to feel that. They need to feel that. They need to know that they have somewhere they can go to and not compare themselves so much, and that they have support from other women. Yeah.
No, because a person might attend so many things in one day, but they won't remember what all they've done, but they'll definitely remember what that particular thing or a person made them feel.
Exactly.
So if your masterclasses are, targeting the feelings directly of
always
people,
about the feelings.
They'll always like cherish it and remember forever.
Yeah.
It won't just be like, okay, one of the masterclasses on one of the days.
Yeah.
Just like any other thing.
Thank you. So that's been my mission.
Yeah, no, it's very unique. I've never heard something like this happen.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wish more and more people start doing this because people need someone to hear.
Yes.
And they also need to be heard at the same time.
Exactly. That's the thing, right? Like you hear a lot from people, right? But you don't get to speak. And when you're in a community of women where you feel safe and everyone is being vulnerable, suddenly you're like, oh, I'm not alone. I can be vulnerable too. I had a masterclass in the Nika store in, I think it was Delhi. And wow, I was shocked. I was so nervous, right? I'm like, I don't know how people are going to respond to this, right? I'm openly asking them deep questions. They were not coming here for this. And we had people crying. I had one girl come up to me and she was like, you talking about your situation and your divorce? Like she started crying so much and she's like, I don't know how to talk about this. And I feel like I have no way out. And I saw your husband taking videos of you and I felt like, oh, that could be me. And I said, yes, that can be you.
Yeah.
And just hearing that for me was like, okay, there's a bigger mission for our brand. And I'm like slowly touching the surface. I am writing a book. I have been writing it for a while, but now it's really like I think I'm going to probably launch it in Q2 next year.
What is it on?
It's called More to Life.
Oh, nice.
And it's my story, my journey, but it's also all the things I've learned along the way. So that was something I was always scared. A lot of fear around that.
Yeah.
And just last month I said, I'm breaking this fear. I keep saying, oh, but there's more things happening. Oh, but I'm not big enough yet. I want to launch it when I'm successful. Like stupid things we think in our head, but I want to launch it now.
Yeah.
Because I want to tell my story now. So I'm really working on that right now. And I think you'll really like it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm excited.
And Tabhi, after you launch the book, we'll do an interview on your book also.
Yes,
That'll be so much fun.
Please.
Nice. And so that was about the Middle East market that you learned. What were your learnings from other markets where you have your brand?
So that's what I mean. Consistently everywhere in the world, when I operate from this space of I want to I can't say the word heal, but heal people from within, to appreciate their beauty, to look in the mirror and look at their reflection with love, and then to just be vulnerable. I think that that's a consistent message throughout, no matter what culture, what background you're from, whether you're from India. We were in Bangalore and it was raining and my masterclass was about to get canceled. And I walked in and I was like, okay, I need to break the ice because I'm nervous. So I was like, let's play the no more cards. So I put out the no more cards. And the first question that gets asked, I will never forget this. And this was purely me judging, right? I was like, the first question that came out was, does talking about sex make you uncomfortable? And one girl in the audience picked it up. And when she read it, immediately my heart sank. I was like, oh my God, they're going to hate me. They're going to think, this is Bangalore, this is India. You can't ask such questions. Because in my head, that's what I thought. As soon as she started laughing, she's like, no, I love talking about it. And I was like, wow. And it broke the ice. Everyone in the room was so comfortable.
Nice.
And I was like, wow. I completely misjudged the situation. Had I not taken out these cards, had I not been open enough, and I was so closed-minded. I was closed-minded, not anyone else, me. Because I'm shy to talk about that. Even to say this out loud, I'm like, I said the S word. I'm trying to get more comfortable because we grew up in a society where you don't talk about these things.
Correct.
I don't know about in India, but in Hong Kong, within our Indian society, it's quite taboo to talk about these things. Yeah, they're quite conservative.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, much more than India. So that's why a lot of people, when I'm in the US, for example, they're like, oh, in India, aren't people very conservative? I'm like, no, they're way, way, way less conservative than you guys in America.
Yeah.
Right? And it's funny because, people just have a completely different perception of India and Mumbai. And for me, I'm like, no, Mumbai is the coolest place ever. The coolest people I've ever met in my life live here.
True.
Some of my best friends in the world. They're like, I love them.
Yeah.
They're all here.
I know. Yeah, in any part of the world, on the internet, you might think that it's cool enough.
Yeah.
But the moment you go there, you're like, oh shit, where have I landed? My home was better in Bombay.
Exactly. Bombay is one of the coolest cities in the world.
Yeah, it is.
Coolest people, best energy, very chill. Like a lot of people here don't judge who you are, what you're wearing, what you're doing. And I love that.
Yeah.
I love that about this place.
That's true.
And that's what people don't see or know.
Are you planning to launch your own store as well anytime?
Let's hope so one day. I have a vision for what I want for sure. I would love that.
And have you done any kind of unique collaborations apart from the ones with retailers? Like, have you done it with any food product or any gifting company?
We have actually. We did a collab with Chin Chin. Do you know the restaurant Chin Chin?
Yeah, the Italian one.
Yeah, the Italian one.
Really?
We did one, was it 2 years ago?
Okay.
During Diwali, we did like a curated box that was desserts, and it was like Natasha Moor cosmetics inspired desserts.
Oh.
So we had like the warrior sponge, we had the molten matte lipstick, and me and the chef created dishes together. It was really wonderful actually. And they did a little pop-up, so people had a cocktail menu with dessert selection, and it was very Natasha Moor cosmetics branded. So I love stuff like that. I would love to do more of those things.
Very interesting. Yeah, Bombay has some really nice new restaurants coming up.
Yes.
You should.
I would love to.
Yeah. We'll talk about that as well.
Definitely. Oh, so many things. I also love cooking, right? So I host a lot of dinners in LA, and I cook for like 40 to 60 people.
Really? Oh my God.
By myself, with the chafing dishes and everything, because I love hosting. And now I've met a partner who loves hosting with me.
Yeah.
So it's amazing because we host, and it's called Mingle More. So we bring a bunch of people together and we just say, you're all strangers, just meet and become friends. If you find an investor, if you find a partner, just go meet, be friends. Because we build community.
That's so good, yeah.
Thanks.
It's the most noble thing to do.
It honestly comes from a space of like, we have so many cool people that we want everyone to meet everyone. We love it.
You should do it in Bombay also,
We did it. We're going to do more here.
Yeah, you must.
Yeah.
We need it.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, because Bombay, in that sense, is quite closed door. And
everyone knows everyone, that's why. Like, they have their own cliques.
Yeah. But this kind of a concept is very cool, where people are open to knowing each other from different industries.
Yeah. Exactly.
Nice. And, I want to know, what is your aim now with the brand? You've already done what you thought about in 2018. Now we're in 2025. How do you envision the growth of the brand? I know that we all live in present moment and it's all good, but
you should always have a dream.
Yeah, if you had to set an aim for the brand, which you already have, what is it?
I really want to build a supportive community of people that can feel safe. Because when you feel safe, you grow. When you feel like you have somewhere, it's not just about makeup, right? You can feel safe. I mean, I want to have a community where people get together, retreats, masterclasses. I want people to be able to heal from within. And I think that that is not just a message within Natasha Moor Cosmetics, but it's an identity that I want for myself. So whether it's mentoring, coaching, you know, doing all the things that I'm doing currently, I want to amplify that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to play a nice rapid fire with you.
Awesome.
Asking some pointed questions.
Of course.
So, you know, the makeup industry is known to be extremely glamorous. But what's the hardest part about working in this industry?
The hardest part about working in this industry is it's when you compare yourself to other people that I think, and you see all this competition, and then you feel like you're not good enough. That is the hardest part. So you have to eliminate that. But again, that's a mindset.
Yeah.
That is a mindset that you have to work on. I don't know if that is a great answer for your question, but that's what I believe has been my biggest struggle is my mindset.
And in terms of the business side?
The business side, supply chain.
Yeah.
Supply chain, managing that issue is very, it's demanding and it's challenging. And especially with everything that's going on in the world right now, it's very hard to get your products from one place to another without getting billed a huge amount of money. So I think whether it's beauty or not beauty specifically, that is a huge challenge.
Yeah.
'Cause things have to be temperature controlled. You know, things get expired. You need to make sure there's things that you don't realize in the beauty industry that you're constantly dealing with.
What's the shelf life of your product?
So it depends. When you open the product, as soon as you open it, it's 3 to 5 years.
Okay.
So as long as it's not in a horribly conditioned environment, because products can melt, products can get ruined. And that's also why sometimes people are always like, oh, super duper clean ingredients, clean, as in like organic, natural. Sometimes that can break you out even more.
Yeah.
Because it expires, it's natural ingredients, it's got nothing holding it together. So, yeah.
And which has been your most unique formulation where you were also surprised that, okay, wow, this turned out to be so good?
Can I say all my products?
But choose one where you got a unique ingredient to be a part of it.
Honestly, all. Okay, the mascara it derives from olive oil, so it actually nourishes your lashes, which is really great because most
gives
mascaras, volume, yes, curl, yes, but the actual ingredient in there derives from olive oil, so it hydrates and nourishes your lashes as you use it.
Okay.
Also, okay, one more. Our Liquid Magic Concealer. It has allantoin, which strips away dead skin cells. So as I was using it on brides, I knew it was a great product, but like day 3, the brides would be like, why is my skin looking better? Because I don't use foundation. So I eliminate the need for foundation and their skin was just like light, fresh, clean. I only use the concealer.
Wow.
And yeah, I cannot live without that product. So the Liquid Magic Concealer.
What ingredient did you put in that to?
Allantoin.
Okay.
Yeah. It's an ingredient that's in a lot of super expensive skincare creams. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. And all of this R&D, you've done it yourself?
Well, obviously, we work with the manufacturers.
Yeah.
We go back and forth. But pretty much, yeah, work with the labs.
No, this is very interesting. And I'm glad you're telling this publicly because then people are like, okay, what is there in this product for me to try? So now I'm going to try for myself and gift it to more people also.
You're so cute. Thank you. Thank you for being a voice for us.
No, anytime. And when makeup becomes a skincare in itself, what better can be?
Of course.
Yeah. Do you have a makeup removal product also?
I do not. I do not have a makeup removal product. But Namrata Soni has a wipe. It's not a wipe, sorry. It's a towel. It is brilliant. It is amazing. And you don't need to use anything. So you don't need to use, if your skin is sensitive, you don't need to use makeup remover.
Yeah.
You literally take the cloth, you put it in warm water, and you just wipe off your face. You're done. Magic. And she has her own makeup brand.
Yeah.
Namrata Soni. Check her makeup.
Done. And you know, what's the biggest myth about the beauty industry that you also believed in earlier, but now you know the reality?
The biggest myth about the beauty industry is, I think for me, that once you get into a retailer, you're successful already. That's the myth. And they think, okay, you're there, you're making a ton of money, you're killing it, you're doing so well. In reality, you're spending more money. You're actually, it sometimes could be struggling more. And you see a lot of brands actually, when they go down that route, their goal is, oh my God, I want this retailer, I want this retailer. But actually your cost goes up so much. Your expenses goes up so much. But when you're operating, with a smaller team and you're just selling D2C, you're making more profits.
Yeah.
You're making more money. So growth costs money. Growth is an investment. And I think that is a huge myth. Yeah. That's the biggest myth.
That's a good one, actually.
Thanks.
But for the benefit of the audience to dig deeper onto that, how is it like to work with any retailer? What kind of costing goes into that? One is the revenue sharing that you mentioned.
Yeah.
Apart from that, do they charge for the listing as well?
Yes,
separately?
there's charges for everything.
Okay, everything.
Everything under the sun. Yeah, I mean, you don't get charged for your, I mean, it depends. Some brands have to pay for, for their display. Some brands don't. Generally, how it works is once they onboard you, you work out the terms, negotiate the deal, and then you just, continuously have to invest in marketing, invest in ads, invest in spending, and just to grow your brand, right? Unless obviously you're a huge brand and you already have the eyes on you, but even then, you're constantly spending money.
Yeah, it's a lot of cost.
A lot.
And when do you operationally break even in the...
It depends with every company, right? It really, really depends. Like someone can do it in a matter of a couple of months. Someone can do it in it really depends on how many SKUs you have, what quality you have of products. Is your supply chain as crazy as ours? Is your supply chain very basic? Some people will be like, okay, I'm going to have a lower cost product. It's going to be targeted towards the masses. It's going to be all manufactured in one place. The packaging is not going to be fancy. Your cost is what, $2, and you're going to sell at $30 or whatever it is. Not $30, but if you want a lower end product, like your cost will be 50 cents. You'll sell it at $10. It depends. You could grow dramatically.
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot of brands actually suffer recently because of the competition in the market and because of the expenses now that everyone has to incur.
Yeah. But what's like the healthy range of margin to keep when you're selling your product? How do you decide the pricing of it?
Like I said, for a $3 product, sell at $30. Or for
like 10x the price.
Yes, you have to 10x always. Always. That is the general rule with retailers. And actually, when I'm mentoring brands and even guiding them from a branding perspective, when they're like, Natasha, I want to be in retailer, I'm like, what is your cost? Your cost has to be at a certain amount because you're going to have to factor in all these other things that you really need to.
Yeah. And a lot of consolidation is happening in this beauty industry also. Like recently, Unilever brought this D2C brand called The Minimalist. Marico invested in Plix. It's a natural skincare brand. So do you envision that also happening for your brand going forward?
I did in the beginning. And now I don't know what my direction is from that perspective. All I know is I really want my message. I really want my mission to come forth. I really want the philanthropy part of the business to be there. Like I was just in Hong Kong right now for, and this is like my heart, right? I worked with special needs children for a while, but we're hosting beauty pageants around the world. It's called Special Beauty, the organization. And we work with autistic children and we host beauty pageants for them to make them feel beautiful and special. And so that for me, it's like, that is my purpose in life. Whatever gets me to do these things more and more and more and make people feel good about themselves, whether it's being bought out by a giant company or whatever it may be, I just want that mission to really come to life. And I want to make a really big impact in other people's lives.
Yeah.
So, I got asked a lot, like, where do you see your brand? What retailers? I used to answer with, of course, Now I'm like, I don't really care where we are. Genuinely, it's like, it's not about where, it's about who. Who is getting my product? When my product is sold out here, I get depressed, not because of anything else, but because of the DMs I get. My concealer is out. I'm so sad. What do I do? And I know the pain. I'm like, what would I do without my concealer?
Yeah.
I would cry. So I just want the brand to be a success in a way where people can really feel impacted by it.
Got it. But generally speaking, if somebody had to acquire a beauty brand, what kind of revenue multiple do people sell it at in the industry, generally speaking?
There is no general, because my goal is 888 million. If anyone wants to buy that, please go for it. That's always been my goal. So really, it depends. Like companies are getting bought out for $1 billion. Really depends on where you are, what your market fit is. It really depends where you're at. I also know now that it is super competitive. But if you are, that's why I'm kind of really tapping into the wellness angle, because obviously it is a $1 trillion industry, right? The wellness not department, but the wellness angle for my brand.
Correct.
It's also another way of tapping into a different market, right? You're teaching people how they can love themselves. You're teaching people how they can rewire their brain. That's not cosmetics. There's a bigger space for me. There's a much bigger space for me. So in terms of from a business angle, that's where I would like to see our brand. I want to see it impact more people. I want it to actually make a difference, not just on the outside, on the inside.
Yeah. And what's the weirdest comment that you've ever received as a women business leader?
The weirdest comment?
Yeah.
I only have to choose one.
You can tell many.
Okay. The weirdest comment I've had is, but you're a woman. How can you be? No, the weirdest comment. Well, I've had that. I told you that earlier. You're a woman. How can you be traveling and leaving your husband at home? Like, excuse me, would you say this if I was a man? No. The weirdest comment I've had was recently like, I don't think she's taking her business as seriously because she decided to get married.
Oh my God.
What? So I'm not supposed to, if this was a man, would anyone have the audacity to say that? No way. No way. That to me was shocking. And I just thought, wow, I don't understand people like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thinking is crazy of people these days, huh? Even though with technology, so much of exposure is there, but still, they're rooted in some other era altogether.
Yeah. I don't think she's as serious because she's married now. She's traveling with her husband. Yeah, I'm sorry. We're trying to cure cancer and make an impact in the world. But I got married, so I can't be taking my business seriously.
And tell me, which is the most exciting collab that you've done for your brand so far?
Exciting collab? So many.
Which got you good sales also out of it?
Collab. We haven't done too many collabs where...
Or a marketing campaign.
Our self-love campaign.
Yeah?
Yeah. So I like this because, again, it happened totally organically.
Yeah.
It was... So I was doing my makeup and I said, I want to show how you can kiss yourself or how you can love yourself more. And so I have this technique where I kiss my sponge and then give myself a kiss on the cheek.
Oh, nice.
So I started doing it a lot, right? And then we started a campaign, Kiss Yourself More. And people were loving it because it's a 3-step. Apply your lipstick, kiss the sponge, kiss your cheeks. You have blush, lipstick, you're done.
Oh, nice.
And it's so easy that when we launched this campaign, a lot of people were like, this is really cute. And it's convenient. And literally you can do it in the car. You can do it here. I can just do it now and I'm done.
Wow, that's actually cute.
It's really cute. And it's funny because you look in the mirror, even if it's silly and stupid, you're still going to go, oh, it's silly. And I'm very silly. People don't know this about me. Some people do, but I'm a huge prankster and a total joker. So I I like being silly, and I think being silly, it's just,
It makes you feel lighthearted,
Yeah, it's good for your soul.
Yeah, you should
So-
never take yourself too seriously.
Yeah. And I did at some point.
Yeah.
So now I don't.
We all learn.
Yes, we all learn. Also, I was told not to be a jokester, prankster, because I was controlled quite a bit in my environment. Like, don't be like this. Don't be like this. Don't be like this. You have to be like this. Don't talk about philanthropy. No one gives a shit. And talk about your business. Talk about the color. Talk about the formula. No, and I stopped talking about those things until recently. I got out of this business relationship, and it broke me free from anxiety, depression, self-hate. I really did not love myself because this person was constantly telling me I was not good enough. So surround yourself with good people.
Yeah, that's so important.
Yes.
Because what you hear is what your mind listens and what you become ultimately.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you have to say nice things to yourself.
Yeah, fully.
That practice is so difficult.
Yeah.
So you need a reminder, and that's why Natasha Moor Cosmetics is that reminder.
Yeah. No, it's so much more powerful than just a brand,
Thank you.
And that's how I think every brand should learn how to give a powerful narrative, not just for the sake of it, but actually, because you're feeling it.
Yeah.
And then the way you speak, it just exudes.
Thank you.
That, you're so passionate about spreading kindness and love in the community.
Thank you.
Because some people just do it for the heck of it, and you can feel that.
You can totally feel it. And there was a period in my life where people would be like, Natasha, you're being so fake. Like, why are you being so nice? And I stopped being nice. Like, my friends call me Santa because I give presents everywhere I go, right? Even like anywhere I'll go. And then people are making fun of me, like, she's just trying to give presents because she wants her brand to be whatever. So then I was like, but no, I genuinely want, like, why would I give it to a random cleaner in a bathroom? What is that going to do? Think about it for my business.
Yeah.
What is it going to do? Nothing. And no one knows I've done it, but I know I've done it. But because of all the stupid noise, I stopped myself from being Santa. And then I met my husband, and he allowed me to be Santa. He brought back the Santa. His family, they were not like, why are you doing this? They were so sweet. And they know that I am the way that I am, and I'm Santa because of my mother. My mom is Santa Claus, and I love it. Now, everywhere, I don't care what people say. I love giving presents. It's my thing. I don't care what people say. People make fun of me for it. I like it.
Yeah, see how choosing the right partner brought you back to life.
For sure. 100%.
It's much needed.
You really need it.
Yeah.
Of course, there's this quote actually from, oh my God, Hitch. Will Smith, right? Where he mentions that him and Jada Pinkett Smith, when they were married, I think the question was something about like, can your partner bring you happiness or whatever? And he says, no, you have to find happiness within yourself.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, I agree, but a certain part of that, I actually don't. Because if you're surrounding yourself constantly with that energy is around you, you're going to be impacted by that, right? Of course, you need to make yourself happy. I'm 100%. That's why our brand is about self-love.
Yeah.
But if you're surrounded by or in an environment where you don't feel happy because of someone else and their energy is bringing you down, then you will be impacted by it. How will you bring yourself that happiness? You're constantly going to be putting yourself in a hole where you're like, how do I get out of it? So be with someone who makes you happy also. It's a two-way thing.
Yeah, absolutely. No, on that note, I'm really glad that, we spoke
Me
so
too.
much.
Thank you.
Across the board, from life to your brand to what's happening in the world.
Thank you.
And, conversations like these are very precious. It's something that no script or no research can bring out. It's only the real and raw connection that brings it out. So thanks for being so transparent and honest with me.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. You're so awesome. I love this conversation.